All right. Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are having a fantastic week so far. It's Friday. We've made it. I got the Friday beard coming in strong. I haven't really shaved this down in a while. I got, maybe keep it rolling here and keep it going. So, yeah, we made it to Friday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week, and we've made it to the weekend. I hope you guys have great plans. It snowed over here in Colorado, so we've been having, to deal with that, yesterday and today. Not as crazy as the rest of the country, obviously, but it's sunny. Everything's melting. It's going to snow, I think, again at some point in the week coming up potentially. But we're hitting mid-50s and sunny here. So I hope it's nice where you guys are. It's going to be a fun week ahead. So wanted to get another little stream in. We are a little later today than we typically go. That's basically because we had some technical difficulties getting live, and then we're still trying to figure out some of the multi-streaming. We are not live on Facebook this week, but we are going to be trying to work through that as we continue to optimize. We're still working with, I think there's some Streamlabs, like technical difficulties that we're battling, but it's just something we're, trying to figure. We'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. But we have a lot of crazy morning. We are going through and trying to obtain some NBA TopShot packs. They had a big rare drop that was earlier on this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, and we were not able to get any. We said that if we were able to get some, that we would release some on stream. And we would be able to open up those packs for you guys live this weekend, potentially on Sunday. But we did fall short, unfortunately. We had a bunch of, a couple people trying to get those packs. The hype is insane, guys. The hype is crazy. So as far as that goes, we have had the last two drops, a basic drop and a rare drop. Both were insane. 150,000 people for the first drop, and then this morning there was 200,000 people lined up to pay $99 for a rare drop pack, which blows my mind. This has gone crazy. If you haven't really seen anything or heard anything about this NBA TopShot, or digital cards or digital moments that you can buy, and you buy these packs, you open them up and everything else, and you can sell them, you can trade them. There's a marketplace for these, and they just are blowing up. And ask your questions in the chat if you have anything for me on that front. But yeah, it's wild to see how this has grown from where we first started. Luckily, I was an early adopter. I had a tip in from a brother-in-law that kind of got me to the point where I'm at now. So I have a nice little collection building, and I would love to share that with you on maybe a future stream. But it's definitely been a lot of fun to see where it's gone. It's not a lot of fun that it's so hyped that we can't get packs anymore. You used to be able to buy 5 at a time, and there was nobody in line, and it was easy. Now you're lucky to get one, and that's if you win the lottery and you get a good spot in line. So it's kind of crazy how it's blown up. I wish I was able to get a pack again, because we were going to be doing release, or we're going to open it up live if we were able to get one, but that's not the case. So next time we're going to do our best to get one, and then we might potentially even have a giveaway coming up here, so that way we can just get you guys involved if you're interested, and we can maybe give away one of the moments that we have in our collection for one of our dedicated stream lab rats that are following and participating and getting in the mix. So if you're here and you're checking us out, make sure that you're hitting that follow button on the Twitch chat or on the Twitch channel. It means a lot. We are actually we had a follower while we were offline. So Jadez Live Forever, thank you for following on Twitch. Really appreciate it. If you're, I don't think you're necessarily watching right now, but appreciate the follow. So here's the thing. We've been doing this Friday stream for a while. We're still trying to figure out if it's going to stick or not, but it kind of depends on whether or not we get a lot of viewership and we get a lot of people participating. So far it's been a little light, so we would love to have this grow. The more we can have this grow, the better we can start getting this Friday stream built up to a community where we have everybody joining in on a happy hour, because that's how you want to end the stream on the week on a happy hour. Early stream, have some fun. Let's talk some sports. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some memes and get me some picks that we can put in our optimal prime picks of the week. Last week we had our best week ever. Best week ever. So typically, we'll get to this if you're new to it, but we make 7 picks. All of them have to hit. We put them in a parlay, and we see how they do. We've never done better than 4-3 until last week. We did 5-2. we need to get to that 7-0, people. We got to get there. So that's going to be our goal today. We're going to pick some teams. We're going to pick some games, and we're going to see what we can do to get that 7-0. I'd be happy with 6-1, but we're going to go for the moon, right? Just like the NBA Top Shot, we're going for the moon. So that's going to be our goal here. But we want to get things rolling here. So one of our things that we like to do, so my co-host doesn't join me on Fridays. He obviously has a day job. I have a day job, but I like to take a little bit of break and spend the time with you guys, because you guys, I have a great time doing this, and I have a lot of fun talking to you guys. But that's why, keep me company, keep me going here. Let's have some fun on a Friday. Start your happy hour early. But so Scott, my partner, is usually here on Wednesdays and Sundays when we stream. So that's just kind of his schedule. So I like to have some fun and do some things on another day. But we like to go over and do some different Ramonceros. There we go. Thanks for popping in for the heart. Love it. Love it. We're going to be popping in and doing some memes of the week here. Now, here's, this is kind of a fun way to just end the week. I scour the internet and try to find some memes that, pop up that, catch my attention, that maybe don't get really super mainstream. I mean, Twitter's a fantastic thing, and there's a lot to pull. Like, Twitter's savage when it comes to some of these, storylines. And, we typically hit our regular storylines throughout the week, but we like to have some fun with some of the storylines that come through on the meme train. So let's go ahead. I don't have a lot here. Again, we're starting a little later today, and this, we're trying to get to everything before the end of this stream here. So let's go ahead and just check them out. First one here. This has to do with all the NFL stuff, right? So, you have all the trades. This is the unprecedented year for the NFL. And having free agent quarterbacks that are out there available, getting traded, everybody's looking for a quarterback. 2/3 of the league is looking for a quarterback, it seems. Before this year, Adam Schefter, who's an ESPN insider, mentioned that he was like, okay, there could be up to 18 teams that could be shifting quarterbacks around that could get there. So we've already seen a couple trades happen. So we've already seen Matthew Stafford go out to LA and be a part of the Rams, and Goff was traded to Detroit, unfortunately, because unfortunately for him, everyone goes to Detroit and they just get forgotten. And then Carson Wentz getting traded to the Colts. But this meme caught my attention because, there's still a couple big names out there, including Deshaun Watson. Let me know in your chat where you guys think he could possibly land. I know there's a lot of rumors in Colorado. Maybe, and I don't know if Facebook or Instagram or all of them influence what I see when it comes to all of these rumors. But I have a feeling it's feeding me all of the, he's going to come to Denver. Hey, here, he's potentially, going to be traded for this or that or whatever, all these rumors. I'm sure in other cities they're getting the same kind of things for their own teams too, because that's how social media works. It feeds you what you want to see. And all of a sudden there's a bunch of insiders in Denver that are saying that there's a chance that he comes here. I still don't think he's going to come here, but who knows? But this meme just really cracked me up because, I could explain. You got traded to the Rams. I'm getting traded to the Colts. The Colts, I got traded to the Lions. And then you got poor Deshaun Watson. Man, you guys are getting traded? It just fits because he wants out so bad. He is just trying to do anything he can. They had a meeting this past week. Deshaun Watson met with his coach and pretty much just said, yeah, I'm not playing for you, which is pretty much where this has been for a while. Deshaun Watson, we've talked about it on previous streams. He's really looking to try to get out of there. He signed this extension with the Houston Texans, which is his own fault. He lost his leverage there. I think eventually he gets moved, but I just don't think it's going to be anytime soon. The longer this goes, I have a feeling the better and better the packages are going to get for Deshaun Watson. So who knows where this is going to end up. I think he does get moved. It's just a matter of time and who and where. The Carolina Panthers seem to be a great landing spot for him, given the fact that he is they're clearing space, and their ownership and GM have made it clear that they're really interested in getting him over there. They like making splashes over there. I don't know how true it is. There was a rumor, and I saw some like little headlines through Twitter and some of these others, which I always take with a grain of salt. But the fact that the Houston Texans were anticipating like a crazy trade with Christian McCaffrey included and everything else. They're just trying to get this, built up to be, as big as possible for what they can get in return. I mean, Deshaun Watson is a fantastic quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but you got to draw the line somewhere. And I have a feeling whoever gets Deshaun Watson is going to potentially just get ravaged on the back end of this deal. Now, keep in mind, too, it's a quarterback league, and he's one of those guys that I think can put you over the hump. I think he's going to be able to get there for whatever team gets him, but then can you build around him thereafter, right? You can do a lot of things with a quarterback. We've seen that in, some of these other cities like, Kansas City and I think the Cincinnati Bengals have a really solid person running the team there, and Burrow's is going to be fantastic for them. And then you have not San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers are in a great situation with Justin Herbert. So a good quarterback can change a lot. So I think that's going to be a big factor in whoever trades for him. But you also have to have some assets that you can keep as well. So that's going to be the biggest aspect of that. So, it is what it is. We'll see what happens here. But, I just thought this meme was fantastic. And poor Deshaun, man. Are you feeling sorry for Deshaun? Do you feel like, let me know what you guys think. Do you think he deserves to, get traded, based off of what he's done? He's kind of painted himself in a corner, but I mean, he's trying to do what he can. He had a cryptic tweet this past week, like, regarding loyalty and his own team and everything else. But would you like to see Deshaun Watson in another uniform? And if so, what uniform? Where would you like to see him go? And I don't get me wrong, I would love to see him in Denver. I don't know if that's something that's going to be happening here. It's tough. Our GM has mentioned that he's going to be very active should Deshaun Watson come over to the Broncos, or be available for trade, I should say. He would be in the mix for Deshaun Watson. So that would be fantastic. And that way, he can get off this little this train. He's like, everyone else is getting traded. How come I'm not getting traded? And so he's just alone on an island. Last week we had the meme of him being in, that I don't know if you guys have watched The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, when the last episode of The Fresh Prince where Will Smith is standing in the open, the empty room, and he's just kind of reminiscing on the good times. Well, everyone else has left Deshaun Watson in Houston. Everyone's dipped out. James Harden, gone. Some of these other, all of these guys got traded out or left Houston. Westbrook out. He's gone. All those guys. Deshaun Watson's just stuck in Houston. He can't get out. So good luck to him. We'll see where he ends up. This is kind of funny in the sense that it kind of got me thinking, right? You think about this. You see all these trades happening, right, in the NFL with all the quarterbacks. And this, it's true though. You sometimes you have to take a step back and realize like what this really is compared to like other situations like this. Can you imagine if normal people got traded like NFL players or NBA or NHL or whatever? You come into work one day and your boss tells you that you're getting sent to Subway across the country for a 5th round pick for maybe or for like a young college student that has some potential. He has a degree. He has a master's or something, I mean, how would that feel, right? You get traded to a place that you don't want to go, that you don't have any choice to go, but you have to go and you have to put in the work. Uh, I mean, I wouldn't exactly love to be traded to, five guys down the street. I mean, who knows? I mean, obviously, it depends on like there's a lot of money involved here, and you're playing a game. It's different, but just it just kind of made me think back to just translating this down to other situations, and I was cracking up laughing. I was like, man, that would suck. All of a sudden, I'm making sandwiches at a Subway down the street, and I mean maybe that's how Goff feels, right? Jared Goff gets traded to Detroit. That's a team that absolutely who I mean, we've talked about this in the past. Who wants to go to Detroit? You want to go to somewhere nice. On the other hand, how would you like to be traded from Subway to Amazon, and all of a sudden you're an executive at Amazon? That would be sweet. That's what the flip side of Matthew Stafford ends up getting. I think that when it comes to these trades and everything else, we kind of take a different look at these guys make all this money and this and that. But I mean, realistically, you really have no control at some levels in professional sports where you go, and you think to yourself, man, you get traded to a shitty situation, it doesn't feel good, right? So prayers up for Jared Goff and him going to Detroit, because he's probably not feeling as good as if he were on the beach in California playing for the Rammies in that brand new stadium, just living the dream. So hey, it is what it is, and it's just I just don't want to be traded to Subway. Go to my employer now and just be like, don't trade me. Just keep me where I'm at. Sign me to an extension, a multi-year deal. Who knows? Maybe this Twitch blows up. Maybe you guys end up following, and we end up building a big community here. And I'll do this instead. This is fun. But hey, it is what it is. So. Here's another one. We have some NBA related memes here, and this one, for all you Marvel fans out there, this one caught my attention. This one was fantastic. Now, as far as this goes, this has been kind of the trend, and I hate the fact that the Utah Jazz are as good as they are this year. If you haven't been following, the Utah Jazz are one of the best teams in the NBA currently. The Utah Jazz are just beating everybody left and right, and there's just no stopping them, it seems. I thought they were fool's gold. I still say to some extent that I think that they are fool's gold. And I just can't figure it out. They lead the Western Conference 26-6. I never thought I would see the day where the Jazz would be the best team in the Western Conference. And here they are. They're 26-6. They've won 2 straight. They're 9-1 in their last 10. And they are still rolling. So, when it comes to this is a reference to Thor, and when the Hulk comes in, and we have no way to defeat this villain, and then they end up calling in the Hulk, and he's just like ends up going crazy and just like putting in work, right? Well, the only team that seems to have the Jazz's number are my Denver Nuggets. The Nuggets have struggled recently, and they've been doing some things that have really surprised me with some of the play, and then it really disappointed me with some other. So it's really been difficult to keep up and try to be happy about how my Nuggets have been playing, because they get me excited and then they just totally just bring me back down, and I feel like awful. But the one of the things that really has been a bright part of all of this, the diamond in the rough, is the fact that we can beat the Jazz. So, when LeBron says, I know he can, and then all of a sudden Joker comes in, because Joker owns the Utah Jazz. We beat them, over the course of a series last season. Now, hence, the Jazz are better this year than they've ever been. This is insane how they're playing. But the Nuggets have beat them this season, and they beat them handily. It just takes over the game, and I think Jamal Murray will be getting to be more consistent here on moving forward. So that's going to be good. But hey, LeBron James, the Lakers lost to the Utah Jazz this past week, and they didn't look very good. Obviously, the Utah Jazz, were full strength for the most part and miss Anthony Davis. They've been on a 4-game skid since Anthony Davis has gone out of the league with the injury. So this is LeBron James calling us Denver Nuggets. He needs us, right? Because we're the only team that's been able to really do anything against the Utah Jazz when it comes to competing at a high level and beating them. So hopefully, I'm hoping this meme is accurate in the sense that we can just take them down at some point. So here's to the Nuggets making a big run and putting the Jazz away for good so that we don't have to continue to talk about how good they are, because I'm tired of it. This one, I know we're missing some football, right? Anytime the season ends, you're just like, man, I just need my football back. NBA's, going on. That's great. Hockey's great, but you can't top football. I was thinking about this actually a couple days ago. Right after our stream, we were talking a little bit about some of the NFL quarterback changes and different things. And I'm like, man, Mahomes is great. You remember that pass that he threw and it just was insane? Like, it was still fresh in your mind. And then I come across this meme and I'm like, I'm not the only one. See? Everyone else is thinking this too. And you still can't believe how crazy good Patrick Mahomes is. I'm glad that my co-host Scott, big Chiefs fan, isn't here to just take over this whole conversation, because he would. But then he's also going to be upset with me after my next couple memes that are going to be coming up here as well. So the fact that this throw, 30 yards on the fly, falling down, going towards the sideline, hits the receiver through his hands into the face mask, and still is on point, blows my mind. It's like... there was the NFL came out. If you watch the NFL Network or you watch on YouTube, go to NFL Network YouTube channel. They have the Mic'd Up, it's a little long. It's like 30 minutes, and it's all of the a handful of players mic'd up during the Super Bowl, and it is must see. I love the mic'd up stuff because you always wonder what they're saying behind the scenes. And actually, some of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers throughout the game, not even on just this one, but when he's just scrambling around for his life and he still gets a ball thrown downfield on point. These guys, the defensive players are saying, like, Mahomes is a magician. He absolutely is insane how good he is. I wish we could have something like this in Denver. I don't think there's anything like this in the league. And so I just wanted to throw some love to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, because when you're missing football, you remember some of these things. Yeah, the Super Bowl is most recent in your memory. But you just have to give love. And I thought this was fantastic. So we're going to go on the flip side, though. Even though he does make some major plays, he doesn't get touchdowns all the time, and he didn't get one in the Super Bowl. The only organizations with touchdowns this February were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and NASA. Congrats, NASA, by the way. If you guys have ever seen, I don't know if you guys have watched the moon, the rover that was just dropped on Mars recently. Go to NASA. I'm plugging all these different YouTube channels. It's crazy. But go to NASA. It's the most fascinating thing to see all of those different, like the moon landing thing and the rover rolling around on the surface of Mars, and they have like views of like the sky with all the stars and everything else. This rover is just collecting all this information, is streaming it back to us. It's incredible. But yeah, they were able to get some amazing footage. They touched down on Mars. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers touched down, and they're the only two organizations that got it. MXB, yeah, it was awesome. Man, I still am watching those videos. I'll go back and I'll just see it. Usually sometimes at work we'll have some of those like rocket launches or something. We'll all be talking about it through like our little Slack channels and things. And I'm surprised actually we didn't do it as much for this this Mars landing. But I don't know. I'm not even sure if the Mars landing still has the like live streams or anything. I don't know if it's a live stream or not. It might be just something that they just post videos periodically, but super fun. Check it out if you haven't. It's fantastic. But NASA's incredible. Tampa Bay's incredible. The Chiefs aren't on here because they didn't score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. So sorry for them, but big ups to these two for getting it done when they really needed it to. By the way, Mark Rober has a YouTube channel. I'm plugging all these YouTube channels. He used to work for NASA. He's a big YouTuber, and he does a ton of stuff with science and everything else. Check out his channel. He did a whole little bit where he built the extension where the Mars rover drops down. It does the parachute thing, then it extends out and it drops the lunar module, the rover to the surface. And I'm getting nerd on this one. I like all this weird nerdy stuff, so wanted to give that some love. Sorry for the Chiefs, but big ups to these two. And then I wanted to go into the future a little bit too. So it's the year 2050. I want you to envision this. You're sitting there, you're watching football. You're like, man, what's football going to look like? Well, here's your snapshot. Tom Brady signs a 3-year extension with the New York Jets to win his 40th Super Bowl ring on his 32nd team. He's going to just bounce around. Here he's with the Jets, and he's just living the dream. Got the beard, still just crushing life. And, it is what it is. He does what he does, and he is going to be doing this for a little bit longer as well. He's not exactly slowing down by any means. So I hope you guys enjoy seeing Tom Brady. I've come around to it a little bit more. I used to hate watching Tom Brady as a Patriot. Now that he's away from the Patriots, I don't know if it's the fact that I just didn't like the Patriots maybe, but I don't hate Tom Brady as much as I did when he was with the Patriots. It's kind of interesting to think about when it comes to that. Like, you looking back in retrospect, and you maybe it's the Belichick thing and the Robert Kraft, and it just seems like the Death Star, and you're just like, but then all of a sudden Tom Brady goes and he's like brand new place, and you're like, oh man, this guy's maybe not as bad as I would have thought. And it just makes it a little bit more manageable for you to watch him. And obviously we respect Tom Brady and all that he's accomplished. He is the greatest of all time. But it's just so funny. I mean, now you have like, all I can think about Tom Brady now is just him throwing that Super Bowl trophy from one boat to another, just completely hammered on tequila and what is it? He's super healthy. The tequila and avocado, whatever that mixture was, because he needs to stay healthy while he's getting drunk. Hey, he makes sure he stays on top of it. I haven't tried that tequila that tequila mixture with the avocado quite yet. It's like a guacamole margarita or something. I don't know what he does, but he's winning Super Bowls with whatever he's drinking. Maybe he's got that Terramana, the rock, whatever he has out, and he's mixing that a little bit with his guacamole or whatever. But hey, he's crushing. So he's going to be year 2050, just doing what he does, and it wouldn't surprise me one bit if this it was accurate to some extent. So that's all we got here. We're gonna just move on to the next part here. Now, thank you so much for being a part of our memes of the week. We bring out all of these memes weekly. I try to get from all sports, but what's weird is like some of these sports don't necessarily have a lot of great meme accounts. Maybe that is where we need to start building up some great memes from Twitter, and maybe have some submissions or something. Maybe you go to here's the thing. How about this? You guys submit your best memes of the week to our different social media channels. You'll see those in our little bio underneath our Twitch stream. and just find our social media handles. Go in, hit us with all of your favorite memes of the week, and we'll showcase them. Let's do that. That way, you guys can see all of your favorite memes. It helps me out, and it definitely puts a smile on my face when I can see all those and pull those, and we can all discuss them together. So that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. Let's have some fun with it, and let's do some great things. So let's move on. We have some picks to get to. Now, we did incredible last week. We absolutely crushed 5-2 on our optimal prime picks of the week. So we are going to keep this rolling, and we are going to go for 7-0. Now, if you guys have any ideas on picks, I kind of go solo on this because I don't really have too many people chiming in on what their favorite teams are, what their favorite picks are going to be. But I want you guys to, if you have any ideas, or if you want to just throw out some random teams, let's take a look and let's put some bets on them. Why not? Let's have some fun. Again, this is just something to have some fun with, throw out there, and we can actually try to win some money here. Try to have some fun and get our record even better than what it was. Just in case you missed it from last week, actually, let me pull this up. This was last week. So we went 5-2. We're 17-11 based off of those picks from last week. So that's what we were working on, and that's what we got to build off of this week. So, MXB Rapids. I don't even know if Rapids are playing right now. That's a big call out. I don't even know. Here, we're all over the place here. Let's see. Soccer is definitely not going, but we have NBA, college basketball, NHL, MLB. We got some golf. We got some horse racing, and we got some NASCAR. Now, if the Rapids were playing, you best believe we were putting some money on the Rapids or against the Rapids, but depending on what they end up, who they're playing or